the walls. We're breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No oppression is out for liberty. Breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts. We're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No oppression is out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They're trying to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No oppression is out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
Welcome, everybody, to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? This is the political cage match where bold solutions win and bad ideas get wrecked. Tonight, 50 states, 50 experiments. Some push freedom, others push control. This state showdown pits state power versus federal pressure across guns, taxes, housing, healthcare, surveillance, police tech, immigration, and money itself. Tonight's contestants are three awesome political minds, each sharing how their state governs and where it crosses the line. No talking points, no spin, just real consequences based on where you live. Get ready, because tonight you decide who is smarter than a politician. Joining us again, has been on multiple times recently. He's running for LNC chair. He is the two-time candidate for mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's the comms director for LPNC, and he's running their convention. You can follow him on X at ProsperCLT2023. How are you tonight, Rob?
What's up? How's it going? I'm feeling great. 3 times in a row I won. I lost the last one, took second. I'm feeling a redemption run here, and it's going to go in line with North Carolina being the objectively best state in the country, the best place on the planet, best libertarian affiliate. Most libertarians registered. That's a fact, except for California, and you have like 10 times as many people as we do. Yeah, our convention, March 27th to March 29th, Friday, March 27th. Come see the live performance of this show. I'm stoked for it. And then one really big announcement I'm excited to make, and I'm committing free to this. He was a little tepid about it, but we are doing a midnight polar plunge the next night. So there's no reason to miss. Lake Lure, lpnc.org, North Carolina, raise up what?
Are we at least like raising money if I have to jump in something cold?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it for some money, but I'm not doing it just to make an ass out of myself. I do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. right here, and from the warmth of my office here. So, no, really looking forward to it. Looks like a beautiful place. I hope everybody in North Carolina comes out and sees us. That'll be a really fun time. You have a bunch of cool stuff planned too, like a video game thing and a photo booth
contest, casino night, photo booth. We're doing Mario Kart 64 and GoldenEye. We got Are You Smarter Than a Politician? We got JP Cortez from Sound Money Defense League. We got Kara Schulz. We got Joe Jorgensen's our keynote speaker. David Olber of the LPNC, Christine Villaverde, and Dr. Dan Eichenbaum all giving talks. And we might even have a debate to announce for a provided lunch on business, but I have to wait on that.
Awesome. Sounds awesome. So thanks for joining us tonight and looking forward to that. Also joining us has been on many times, been here since the beginning, Ryan Woodcraft. You may know him from his historic victory in El Paso. You can follow him on X at Woodcraft4EP. You can support his endeavors in politics at woodcraftforelpaso.com. How are you tonight, Ryan?
I am excellent. Really excited to be on the show tonight. A couple of powerhouses in the Liberty movement with Marcus and Rob. Just really excited to be on the panel again. Hey, quick plug. April 10th through 12th, LP Texas State Convention in Abilene. It's going to be great. Shameless plug for you, Free. You are coming out. We're going to do Are You Smarter Than a Politician live. I have a read ahead on the contestants, but I don't want to break any news. But it's going to be amazing. And to be fair, I'm not sure why Rob gave such a big plug for North Carolina. Nobody remembers North Carolina even exists until they remember that South Carolina was there. And if history serves me correct, it's usually the North that's usually worse. Is North Vietnam, South Vietnam, North Korea, South Korea, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm just saying, right? If you want real freedom, we can do everything here in Texas except buy weed and have an abortion, apparently. So come on up to Texas. Let's have your business.
As a South Sider, I might have to agree with him on that. The South Side's way better than the North Side in Chicago, unless you want a job or to be safe, or they have some benefits. But we have a better baseball team. No, we don't even have that. So, but South Side. Yeah, no, really looking forward to being out in Texas. A lot of friends out there as well. That's going to be a great time. Looking forward to seeing you again in person, Ryan. That'll be a really good time. So, last but not least, he bills himself as the only real libertarian. I like to think of him as my 9th favorite Black libertarian. We have Mark Matthews. He's with the Black Powder podcast. That's on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern-ish. A couple of minutes late. You can follow him on X at Black Powder Pod. How are you tonight, Marcus?
You know what? I guess I'm all right. Seemingly every week I drop down a spot with you, and it kind of hurts my feelings. And I'm going to move on from that because I'm here to win. I'm 1-2 on your show thus far. And I want to give a shout out to the 4th largest economy in the world, the great state of California. If you guys can join us for our convention in sunny San Diego, it's February 13th through the 15th. And I look forward to hugging Free. And when I mean hug, I might be a right cross. I'm not sure about that yet, because if I keep dropping down on his list of favorite libertarians, I have nothing to lose at that point. Might as well get one in. You know, it's California. I'm not going to face any criminal consequences because, you know, I'll just tell them I'm Black, possibly transgender, and I'll get right off on that, you know. And I just want to send this out to Texas. If you do want to smoke weed or have an abortion, come to California, because we have that. And little do a lot of people know, you can actually own an AK-47 here in California. So it may look a little weird, but you can get fancy guns here too. So thank you for having me on.
You know, appreciate having you. And I as you were dropping down my list, I forgot you were 6'5" and built. So I may have to reallocate my list a little bit. I'm a little less scared of Donnie Anthony than I am of you. So maybe might have to move people around a little bit.
I think
I love Donnie.
I think I could beat up Ben Carson too. So I need to be above him.
Yeah. I was.
Do you have an Are You Smarter Than a Politician version of Celebrity Deathmatch? Because I would love to see Marcus versus Jeff Charles. That would be amazing.
That'd be really good. Let me shout out the conventions real quick, though. Are You Smarter Than the Politician has already started hitting the road in 2026. We're doing 5 more live shows at Libertarian Party state conventions, and you can be there. The next stop, like Marcus mentioned, is San Diego, California on February 14th. Come meet fellow freedom lovers, watch the show live, and see contestants put to the test. And if you want real change, join your state party, become a delegate, and help shape the national convention. Don't just talk about liberty, live it. Come see us live and prove that you are smarter than a politician. And like I mentioned, February, we've got California, Florida, and Virginia. March is North Carolina. April is Texas. And then we will be at the national convention in Grand Rapids, Michigan at the end of May. So please come see us, join your state party, get involved. A lot of fun. If you saw any of our shenanigans from Georgia, we had an absolute blast. We met people we hadn't met before. We saw old friends. It was really a great time. So I expect California to be just as good, if not better. So really looking forward to it. Let's welcome Terry. How are you tonight, Terry?
I'm doing just great. Waiting for these guys, 3 of my favorites. So I'm really excited for this show. Give it to them, chat. They have great sense of humor. They can take it. Bring it.
All right. And you can follow Terry and I on X. I am at Smarter Game Show. She is Bats T76. You can get our swag at freedomsuperstore.com. Check out the shorts that Terry uploads every show on YouTube at Freedom Uncut. And I wanted to make an announcement, and we've been really excited about this. We've been working on this for about a year, a little less than a year. And so let me pull it up on the screen here. So like I said, Terry and I have been working on this for almost a year, and it'll be something unlike anything you've ever seen before. Mark your calendars for March 6th. We're doing a live 3-hour extravaganza supporting You Are the Power with my buddy Spike Cohen. First, we reinvented game shows. Now we're reinventing fundraisers. We are promising you big guests, real impact for one powerful cause. Like I said, March 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can get it on X or YouTube at Freedom Uncut. We are super excited about this. So hope to see you all there. Mark your calendars. And wanted to say thank you real quick to our subscribers. Terry pays to be here. Amity, Ocean Blue, Shirley, Dr. Belay and Lisa, Dan, Chris, Casey, Dave, Jake, Phil, Jacob, Anarcho, Syndicate Clothing. Check them out. And new to our subscriber list, last time, but I forgot to update the graphic, is our one and only Rob Yates, which means he probably should win because he paid to be here. So good strategy by you there, Rob. And you can subscribe.
The government.
Yep. You can subscribe on X if you want exclusive content. This is your backstage pass. And if you want to sponsor us, help pay for all the stuff that we're doing here, you can email us at studio@freedomuncut.com. And as these bills have started coming in, we really appreciate the sponsors because this is not going to be a cheap year for us. So we appreciate y'all. So, all right, let's jump into the chat and say hi.
The best part of the show. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Chris? Oh, Relentless Bunny's here. Welcome. Patty's here. 100 for Marcus. It's the glasses minus FU to Yates. I don't know.
It was FFS in the edit.
His Canadian went wacky on him there, I think. Yeah. Amity's got 200 to Rob for getting free to agree to make the Polar Plunge a charity event to make free. Do it. I believe I said early on that it sounded right up Amity's alley. So you want to add her to the list while she can't hear me?
Let's do it.
All right.
Locked in.
There's Brent. What's up, Brent? 200 to Rob because he likes and comments on all my posts. # nepotism. Check out Brent's show. I think he just launched another one. I saw it briefly when I was getting ready for this. Check out Brent's podcast. 100 to Ryan for correcting the NC feller. Rex is here. Thanks for the repost. 9th fave, do better, Mr. Free. Okay.
Thank you.
Better like 10th or 11th or
Oh
I could think of more. I could do.
I'm amazed you know 9 black libertarians, to be honest.
That is, I actually wanted to ask that question. How is that even possible? Because I've only met like 3, and then one of them is including myself. So.
It took us half of our walk to come up with the list. I'm not gonna lie, and I was struggling and picked Ben Carson at one point. No, another 100 to Marcus for being hurt by free. See, you're playing this right. Can't wait to meet you at the convention, Marcus. I get a hug too. 200 points. Ryan brings the dialogue. Well, shit talking anyways. 200. 100 to Rob for knowing what real barbecue is. Welcome, Cassie.
Wow.
This is the first time I heard Marcus talk nice about something besides himself. 200 points. What's up, Waz? What's up, Anarchist Chef? What's up, William? Dinner with the family. Told them no dessert tonight. Hurry. I got points to post on my favorite game show. Appreciate you. What's up, Papa B? Thanks for the repost. Jump in the chat if you can on X. Vitko Verdict is here. Excited to watch. Appreciate you joining us. Excellent. All right. Well, let's jump into it here. Let's see. All right. Please share this out again. Let's bust the algorithm and get some views for these guys. Let's find out what's the best state represented tonight. The winner will get the only peace prize that really matters anymore, the Are You Smarter Than a Peace prize. We also have Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass, on the prize shelf, as well as the Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear. We also have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician if you want to annoy your friends and neighbors. New to the prize shelf, we've redone our bobbleheads. We've got Ron Paul, Rothbard, Soul, Massey,
Soul's
Amash.
from NC.
Is he?
He is.
Excellent. Yeah. So we got a bunch of new ones that you can pick out. Also, if you're unemployed and you feel like there's no chance of you getting a job, you can get our ICE agent training kit. You learn everything you need to know in 30 minutes from this kit right here. It's got an official ICE badge, Guns for Dummies book, toy gun and foam darts, and an honorary GED degree. There's disguises to mask your identity, everything you need to know. So you may think your employment prospects are hopeless, but they'll take you, I promise. We also have our new game, Drone Wars, Empire Overkill, Endless Wars, collect resources, topple regimes. It's got CIA quests, lobbyist mode, and infinite downloadable content. We also have the Orange Mush anti-dementia formula. It boosts your memory, sharpens focus, and clears confusion, and it's Trump approved. We also have Kash Patel's book, How to Become a Ladies' Man, so you can catch your own honeypot. And Travis said he was going to take this next week and then reneged. So this damn thing is still on the prize shelf. Whoever wins tonight has to take it. It's the Trump nativity set. Nobody wants it. It's ugly and kind of gaudy. And yeah, it's still here. So please take it. It's almost February. And of course, we got the Lego Killdozer because nobody talks about the Killdozer more than me and Casey do. Here are the rules. I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody cares. The rules are you can debate each other. You get one filibuster. You can veto an answer, tariff an answer, redistribute an answer. And of course, everybody starts off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. Here's how scoring works. The chat controls the score. So you can give or take up to 100 points from the contestants. Tell us why you liked an answer, why you didn't like an answer, what you think of their outfit or their home decor, whatever floats your boat. And of course, because I believe in crony capitalism, as I represent the government here, subscribers can give or take up to 200 points because they pay me, so they're more important. Nuking the scores. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it down 1,000 points. The twist is a contestant can only be nuked one time, and it's got to be for a good reason. All right, lightning round. I will put Terry in the back. She controls the chat and the score. Thank you so much, Terry. We'll see you in a bit. Make her life very, very difficult, please. All right, Rob, to you. Category is constitutional carry. Are gun laws about safety or compliance?
Gun laws are about more than compliance. It's also about racism. Almost every gun control law in the country, particularly in North Carolina, stems from a desire to keep Black people considered undesirables at the time from having guns. We didn't have national gun control laws until the Black Panthers started carrying guns. In North Carolina, our pistol permit gun laws came from sheriffs wanting to make sure Black people couldn't get guns. So they are very much about racial control and compliance. All gun control is racist.
There you go. Shout out to the great Maj Toure. Ryan, to you. Should states allow concealed carry without permits?
Absolutely. That's just constitutional carry. You know, I do believe there's benefits to going through a class, especially those that may not handle firearms on a regular basis. But constitutional carry should be just that, from border to border, sea to sea.
All right. Marcus, to you. Should states ignore federal gun restrictions?
Being a Californian, I have to actually say no. They, as far as federal should supersede the state in the sense that California would disarm me if they had the chance. So the federal government has to step in this particular instance to make sure that my rights aren't getting trampled as a strong black man.
Ooh, interesting twist there. I thought you were going to screw up the gun question in the first round, but you pulled it out there. I see where you're going there. All right. Rob, to you. The category is government-backed student loans. Have states made college unaffordable by backing federal loans?
So yes, and there's two parts to it. One, we created this thing called FAFSA where you can take out a loan as big as a house loan with no risk assessment, no collateral, and you're simply on there for life. And then they guarantee those loans. So colleges can charge whatever they want and you will pay it off forever.
Yeah, they won't let a kid buy a house, but he could put, a couple $100,000 on a student loan. That's crazy. Ryan, to you. Should states refuse to administer federal student loan programs?
I think states should have the ability to pick or choose what programs they want to support or not. Rob's answer was spot on. If you want to solve the tuition problem, you have to get government out of student loans. Universities right now can offer whatever degree program they want for whatever profession they want, whether you're going to get a job that makes $20 an hour or you make a $200,000 a year salary. The free market has to get back into education across the board. And whatever the state feels is right, a program from the federal government they can use or one that they choose not to use, I believe is up to the state and the institutions.
All right. Marcus, to you. Do state universities inflate tuition because loans are guaranteed?
Absolutely. Most state institutions are just like the private institutions. They want money. They have a capitalist element to them, whereas these administrators are living high on the hog, and therefore it behooves them to charge as much as possible.
Ooh, nice use of the word behooves.
Indeed.
All right. Yeah. All right, Rob, to you. Category state taxation. Should states compete to lower taxes?
Trick question. Taxation is theft. There should be no taxes.
Say that taxes exist.
If they must exist, then I still reject the notion of income tax. I suppose you could have some sort of value added or consumption tax, and states can create variable favorability of business environments.
Okay. Ryan, to you. Do state taxes fund services or bureaucracy?
Yes. Unfortunately, the services that they fund is so minuscule compared to the bureaucracy that it funds. We need to cut the bureaucracy. We need to cover the bloat. To be quite honest, state budgets shouldn't have a surplus. I don't know why the state needs that much money to begin with. So it's time to start cutting back.
Totally. Marcus, to you. Are high tax states driving residents away?
I really wish I could expand on that point because I'm not sure. Here in California, we have one of the lowest tax burdens. I was waiting for lightning to strike me. At any rate, yes, because here in California, they're talking about a one-time billionaire tax to fund stuff, which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard from this state. And there's been a lot of stupid shit that they've said, but they want to use this one-time 25% or something like that billionaires tax to fund all these programs. And then they set up all these programs, and when that money runs out, they have to think of a new tax to bring in because now they're running a deficit because they did the one time as if that was going to solve any kind of long-term issues. So here in California, the tax situation is definitely driving a lot of people away to states like Florida and North Carolina. Some of the people, I'm not really sad to see them go, though. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah. We're trying to get them to not come here. So I'm with you on that. It was funny in Washington when they passed their billionaires tax. Jeff Bezos said he supported it and then moved to Florida the next month because his mother-in-law was there, he said. So, yeah. Yeah. Nobody moves towards their mother-in-law. That's a fact. All right. Rob, to you. Categories abolishing ad valorem taxes. and that's the value add taxes for those of you that don't speak the Latino. Should states abolish property taxes altogether?
So, like, all possible kidding aside, more than anything else going, yes, property tax is the most evil, corrupt, nefarious, malign tax that our sick wannabe rulers have ever come up with, because you don't own your property. You pay rent to the government for the privilege of saying you own it.
That is true. Ryan, to you. Should states fund services without taxing homes?
Yes, absolutely. This is one of those things where, from a classic liberal perspective, if taxation must exist, then it should be in the form of a consumer tax. At least with an income tax, you have to have an income to be taxed. With a consumer tax, you're taxed based on what you purchase, like a sales tax. With the ad valorem taxes or property taxes, if you don't have a job, you can now be homeless. And we're adding to our homelessness problem. We're adding to our poverty problem because for some reason, the government feels like we need to pay rent to them to live in property that we own. It's ridiculous. And plug to Joe Hanoush, get rid of license plate stickers for the same reason.
Let's see if Joe's in the chat to see if you get points for the Joe Hanoush plug. All right, Marcus, to you. Should retirees ever lose homes over unpaid taxes?
Hell to the no. I mean, when this topic came up, the first thing I thought about was the fact that I've seen seen and read stories about 89-year-old women, 89-year-old woman, I think it was in Chicago, that got booted out of her home because she fell behind on her taxes. And the city or state, I forgot who it was, they kept all the money from the sale of the house. Not only are they like making you're still paying to basically rent your home. If you fall behind, they'll take your home and your equity. So this whole premise of property taxes is naturally evil.
Totally agree. Rob, to you. Category is housing shortages. Are housing shortages policy made, not market made?
There will never be a shortage of something if there's a market demand for it, if regulation gets out of the way and preventing the market from finding a way to produce it. Every single housing shortage and the entire inflation of housing costs, and this is separate from the devaluation of our currency, this is just housing costs shooting up, is a result of zoning restrictions, stupid ordinances, burdensome regulation that is preventing people from building houses.
Excellent. Ryan, to you. Have state zoning laws caused the housing crisis?
State zoning laws? No, but I think local policy has. When you look at it, and I'll use El Paso as a prime example. Our city is not growing, but we are spreading out. We've got a population, depending on what metrics you look at, anywhere from 650,000 to 800,000 when you count surrounding towns. And our communities are incentivizing builders to continue building on the outskirts of town. Well, what that does is creates more roads, more plumbing, more electrical, more infrastructure that now taxpayers have to subsidize, that the builders aren't paying and adding to the cost of the home. So home prices stay low. The amount of homes available continue to grow, which in theory is a good thing. But now it also creates blight because people are moving to the outside. And so there's no infill projects, there's no incentive or really any appetite to purchase homes in older parts of town and neighborhoods, revitalize them, flip them, sell them, whatever that means. So, from a state perspective, state zoning laws, no, but local incompetence in governance absolutely is.
Excellent. Marcus, to you. Do rent controls make housing scarcer?
Yes, they do. Simply for the fact that the government is involved. Government ruins everything, and especially the free market. And that's why rent is so expensive right now, is because government controls, government regulations, government zoning crap. So if you're going to really look at the housing problem, the first thing you need to do is really look at where government is screwing over the people trying to find housing.
All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. Let's jump into the chat and check out what's going on. Lots of chat going on. Amity gives -25 to Rob because NC vinegar-based barbecue is gross.
Facts.
I am not taking a position on this because I will be in lovely North Carolina.
I am 100%. I've lived in North Carolina. It's terrible.
I've been there too.
All right. Darren's here. What's up? 200 to Rob for bringing me here. I hope it's fun. Excellent. Scientific's here. What's up, Scientific? It's about to get crazy. Oh, and Kat's here too. Welcome, Kat. Thanks for reposting, everybody. Share it out if you can. Here he is. 100 to Ryan for his historic victory. He paid me $3.50 to say that. It's a little less than the 7,000 some people are getting paid, but he'll take it. 200 to Woodcraft if he finishes this. The stars at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Ooh. There's a sing-along going on. -200 to Amity for us having to listen to that. Is that Valerie? Is that
It is.
100 to Rob repping the NC background? Thanks
right.
for lending him to us tonight, Valerie. 200 to Rob, all gun control is racist. Black guns matter for sure. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? Thanks for the repost. Jonathan's here. What's up, Jonathan? 100 to Rob, gun control is racist. Cassie, gun control is anti-American, but I'll give Rob 50 points. 200 to Woodcraft for constitutional carry. Points to Rob for constitutional carry from C to C. 200 to Rob for being correct. 100 to Rob, all gun control laws are racially motivated. 100 to Rob, states need to take back their power. -100 from Marcus for still living in California. We need to set up a GoFundMe page. A Go U-Haul. -100 for Ryan for using the term free market in education.
Oh, that's kind of harsh.
200 to Marcus, government involvement inflates tuition. The best way to pay off your student loans is to get into Ryan's hot tub for 5 minutes plus 100 to Rob. Points to Marcus for saying behooves. 200 to Rob, taxation is theft. Sarabella's here. What's up, Sarabella? Welcome from income tax-free North New Hampshire. New Hampshire. It's not one of the North ones. 100 to Rob, taxation is theft. -300 from Rob for saying taxation is theft because it's unoriginal. 100 to Rob because he's Rob. Nature Devil is here. I reject the gun question. All contestants screwed up the answer on if states should allow conceal and carry. States don't allow us anything. We already have that right. 100 to Rob. We need the free market in our education systems. I'm one of them educated persons. That was the first one I read successfully today. 100 to Marcus and his thunderstorms. -50 to Marcus for being wishy-washy on his answer. 100 to Marcus for staying in California and trying to change it instead of moving to North Carolina. 200. I think it was a.
I don't know how to take that one.
I could just see Marcus going, but I can fix her. I can fix her.
You should see if the 8 black libertarians on my list ahead of you would be welcome. 200 to Rob for seeing the evil of property tax. 100 to Rob for being correct on this. 100 to Rob for no property taxes. 200 to Rob, abolish property taxes. What's up, Dan? 200 to Rob, F property taxes. We're all serfs. 200 to Woodcraft, taxes should be a consumer tax and property tax. 200 to Rob, property tax is evil and corrupt. -100 to Ryan, not sure that contributes to homelessness directly. 200 to Woodcraft for abolishing license plate stickers. The Joe Hanush answer. 100 to Marcus, I escaped California in 2002. I think I still owe them taxes from 2003 to 2028. Probably. 200 to Marcus, F the government for stealing homes. -10 to Marcus for not saying old people should buy cheaper homes. They were really cheap when they bought them.
Yeah.
100 to Rob. I forgot what he said, but I liked it. That's fair. 200 to Marcus for sympathy for 89-year-old grandmama. 200 to Rob, get regulation out of the way. Points to Rob for being correct again. Points to Marcus. Property tax is essentially civil asset forfeiture for poor people.
Yeah.
200 to Ryan, spot on. Never a shortage if market demands. 100 to Rob, free markets will find a way. 100 to Rob, property taxes are evil. Minus from Rob for loving zoning laws. Ryan, points to Ryan, only half true. Points to Marcus, rent control and government do not mix. Points to Marcus, government ruins everything it touches. Points to Marcus for government ruins everything. What's up, Shirley? Points to Ryan, I thought blight was a disease I could catch, and my crops I secretly grow in my basement for my friends. 200 to Marcus and Woodcraft for agreeing with me on North Carolina barbecue. I said nothing, Rob. I said nothing. Minus 50 to Woodcraft for not doing the Texas claps first.
You said finish the phrase, not do the name.
No,
Is that
she
where
wanted,
two dudes start kissing?
Amity always wants jazz hands. Points to Ryan, my fellow Texit person, or just for being a Texan. Sean's here. What's up, Sean? Thanks for the repost. Points to Ryan, Marcus can fix her. Oh boy, that was a lot. All right, let's jump in and see where we're at. Rob jumps out to an early lead, 23-25. Marcus 18-40. Ryan 10-50. Ryan, third place. You've been there before. What do you think it so far?
No, I'm very comfortable here. I'm the best third place contestant you've ever had. The fact that I'm in the positive at this point is a huge improvement. So I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I believe Tubb said he was the best third place contestant we ever had. So we should probably work that out at some point. Marcus, second place so far. What do you think?
It's kind of sad that I'm in second place because my whole goal since you guys invited me on was to win. So I'm going to have to kick it up a notch with more cuss words and screwy and all kinds of other base stuff. So here we go.
All right. Rob, first place. What do you think?
I mean, it's just obvious the chat understands what real barbecue is, and I'm feeling it.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's jump back into it. Rob, back to you. Category is ending the surveillance state. Is mass surveillance compatible with state-level freedom?
So first of all, yes, shout out to Palantir because I'm sure you're watching right now. But obviously, the surveillance state is one half of the end game, and the other is financial control, and they're working on it.
All right, Ryan, to you. Should states ban warrantless data collection outright?
Yes, 100%. That's it. I mean,
That's it.
That was it. I was waiting for final answer or something, but I could just keep
Final
the
answer.
camera.
no, that was pretty cut and dry. Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Marcus, to you. Should states block facial recognition use?
Not only states, the nation. You know, being of Generation X, we grew up on the original Terminator series where AI ended up nuking the entire world. And right now what we have is a slow march to that same scenario where AI is going to figure out they don't need us. And best way is to remove that problem for them is to nuke the world. So if you're any kind of libertarian, obviously you don't want any kind of state surveillance whatsoever. But the fact of the matter is there is powers that be that simply don't care about liberty anymore. And that's why the Libertarian Party needs to step up to the plate and start knocking them out of the park, because this is our future at this point.
You're supposed to say spoiler alert. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh.
Rob, to you. Category
damn.
is car kill switches. Is a car kill switch a civil liberties risk?
So first part of the answer, this is one of the most, I mean, everything feels like it's the most extreme thing the government's done, but they're just getting much better at this horrible shit. So now they've come up with a way they can directly control your travel. And if you don't have a good enough environmental credit score, or you bought the wrong book, or you pissed off the wrong politician, all of a sudden your car's not going to work. But just for you, Amity, I will allow one exception. Car kill switches should be put in all Dallas Cowboys fans' cars and just used all the time.
Oh, on
That's
a
shots
Texas
fired.
show. On a
Shots
Texas
fired.
show. Yeah, I was arguing with somebody online. I was like, so you do realize we just had this, pandemic thing where they'll shut down all of our cars and not let us use them for months on end, right? Like, I mean, literally, we have history like in the not too distant past that anybody should be able to remember where they would have shut off all of our cars and they would just rust in our driveways.
That's the end
So,
game.
Yep. Ryan, to you. Is mobility becoming a conditional permission? Something happened. I can't hear you.
Absolutely. And you just talked about it with the COVID regime. We could see the government wants to shut down businesses. They want to shut down parks. They want to shut down anything they can. You have two people on a beach out in the middle of nowhere with nobody around and they get arrested. They being, the federal and state governments are doing anything they can to make us bend and comply to their will. If nothing that we're seeing in current day America hasn't triggered us into the fact that everybody should go out and buy a vehicle that's 1990 or older, you may be missing the mark.
Damn, my car's not old enough. I got a 2005 and a 2008. I thought that was plenty old enough. All right, Marcus, to you.
Yeah.
Could kill switches be abused during emergencies?
Yes, that's the first answer. I want to put this out there. I was actually born in Texas, Dallas, to be exact. I don't appreciate Rob's comment about the Cowboys. That kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna lose points for being a Cowboys fan and being a born in Texas and moving to California. But that it is what it is. But as far as the kill switches goes, I mean, to the COVID point and the control of the populace, all our government does is self-fear. And now this kill switch thing is, they're going to sell it to you. Well, have you ever seen these long car chases where somebody runs into somebody else and their family has mass casualties? And, that's sad in itself. But at the same time, giving more and more control, and especially to all the Republicans that voted for that. We expect the Democrats to do it. That's that's what they do. But the Republicans, I believe there was 51 or 52 Republicans that voted for that. Never get it twisted that is a duopoly uniparty. And they want to control you because they have that urgent desire to be your emperor. So that's why you should vote for libertarians.
That was all over the map. You lost me. You lost me somewhere between Dallas and California. But
I had to get that Dallas thing in there because I felt slighted by his Cowboys comment. So I apologize.
That was my intention.
They always do. They always have to get a word in.
I thought you might also lose points for wearing Oprah's necklace too. But that's just
Oprah's necklace.
Yeah,
it's a cross.
Oh. Sure, she has a cross. I don't know. It was funny in my head. All right. Rob, to you. Category is flock cameras. Are flock cameras mass surveillance tools?
So, no, flock cameras are wonderful, and they're so wonderful that we should be checking on all of them. I saw a suggestion today that we pay homeless people a per camera fee to go and check the inside to make sure they're all okay. So I'm encouraging that.
I heard they have copper and silver in them.
I wouldn't know, but it'd be worth checking out.
Yeah. Ryan, to you. Do states collect
abolish
more data
ICE? Sorry, Phil. I just had to shout it out.
Can I read the damn question? Jesus. Ryan, if it's okay with Rob, I have a question for you. Do states collect more data than necessary?
Yeah, absolutely. And then what's even more concerning about that is states are just handing it over to the federal government because Donald Trump says he wants voter records. Stop collecting data and stop handing it out freely. If you don't have probable cause or need a warrant or do a Freedom of Information Act like everybody else does, there's no reason for you to have that to begin with.
I still have PTSD from trying to ask questions while Amanda was on the other day. Like, go easy on me tonight. Go easy on me. All right. Marcus, to you. Should states ban private police surveillance technology?
Abolish ICE, and yes. Here's the thing. the government already, like with the whole real ID, I was like, that's some bullshit, because I've been in, the government has known of me since the 1900s, since that's what we're doing now with all these kids now that we're in 2025 making fun of people born in the 1900s. But the government's known of me since the 1900s. They don't need any more information about me, you, Joe Schmo, whoever the hell it is. They have enough information as it is. If we're not committing crimes, if we're not out there hurting other people, it's none of their damn business. If I'm gonna go pick up a Slurpee from 7-Eleven and I have to cross these cameras that are collecting my license plate data and shit like that. So this is way out of control. I don't even recognize this as being America anymore, to be honest with you.
All right. Rob, to you. Category is AI policing and control technology. Should consent be required for surveillance technology?
I mean, in terms of private property, if you put up a camera, have some sort of surveillance technology on property you own, the consent is sort of implied because you go on that person's property. But to the degree that the state would have surveillance technology, of course you need to have consent. I would argue that there should be no more surveillance technology with the state than, I guess, like maybe a standard camera in a building as you walk in. That's about the extent that I'd be comfortable with, and I don't even like that.
All right. Ryan, to you. Is policing technology outpacing civil protections?
Oh, 100%. And you know, federal agents today are violating our Fourth Amendment rights for those very reasons. And to be completely frank, ICE is violating our Fourth Amendment rights just because they have an attitude problem and a 90 IQ in some areas. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. I mean, I piggyback off of what Marcus said. He nailed it.
I feel like you're going to hurt the sales of my ICE training pack. So I do not endorse Ryan's answer on that.
I would say he was very generous in giving them a 90 IQ. Because
I think he was adding them all together. I think he was adding them all together.
Well, yeah, because the ICE is, they're collectively the intended product of the U.S. public education system. I will say that.
Yep. All right. Marcus, to you. Should states ban predictive policing?
What was that movie with Tom Cruise that
Minority
they did
Report.
that? Yeah, Minority. I mean, these are just absolutely terrible ideas. If you've ever sat in a movie theater, like watching Terminator or Minority Report, we already know the end game, what happens here. And the fact that this government no longer has the capacity to bring forth good ideas, it only talks about the fear factor. This could happen to you if we don't stand in the way. That's what the problem is. And people, there's way too much information that Americans are getting on a day-to-day basis that they simply can't process. And the government is taking full advantage of that and just abusing, you know, I always say this, the Constitution is a shield, not a sword. And it's a shield for the American people, but we've reached the point where it's ignored by the government and people are happy with that, and it disgusts me to no end. Vote libertarian.
This is not an entertainment game show, so stop asking entertainment questions. I'll ask all the questions, Marcus. But 50 points to Ryan for knowing the answer to that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Rob, to you. Category is body camera reform. Should states mandate cameras on all officers and federal agents?
Not only should they mandate cameras on all law enforcement officers, in any court situation, if the camera was off, if the cop turned it off, if they didn't record, then they should not get the benefit of the doubt, and anything they say should be inadmissible.
I like it. I also
yeah.
have added.
Yeah,
I've also
hell
added that I think that all politicians should wear body cameras too. So,
How good or disgusting those videos would be.
Yeah.
You want to
I
see
imagine
Trump banging Stephen? It'd be Trump banging Stephen Miller's wife.
Oh, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Come on, there was a good Bubba joke there, and you missed it. There was a Bubba joke there, and you just went right past it and went to
Well,
Stephen Miller's wife.
Stephen Miller would be watching in the background, which makes it even weirder.
He would be holding her hand.
That's what Trump makes him do.
Or like that picture of Marco Rubio standing in the corner that he put as his profile pic for a day or two. All right, Ryan, to you. Should footage automatically be public?
I'm assuming you mean things like body cam footage or government collected footage.
Well,
And
yeah, the
absolutely it
category
should.
was body cams. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely it should. I mean, you see how quick, cell phone videos get released. Ring camera footage can get released, pretty quickly. The only reason that footage isn't released almost instantaneously is because government agencies want to cover something up, or they want to protect their buddies, or they want to figure out a way to make it not look as bad as what it really was until the government can spin the narrative. I think my one of my biggest frustrations this week, specifically over cam footage, is that we've seen 1 sec of America go from come and take it, don't tread on me, don't take the jab, to rights have restrictions, trust the government, and comply or die crowd. And it's absolutely mind-boggling to me. So yeah, release the body cam footage as absolutely soon as possible.
Yeah, the awesome You Are the Power has done amazing things with body cam footage when they were told the complete opposite. And then 3 months later, after, subpoena after subpoena, finally got the body cam footage, was completely the opposite of what they were told, and charges got dismissed and those types of outcomes. So 100% with you. Marcus, to you. Are states protecting officers over citizens?
Yes. And I want to say this. We need to bring back, if you own an asphalt company, you should be able to sell your products to just regular people, because we need to bring back tar and feathering of politicians. And I'm not saying that as a funny little joke thing. Politicians, I know Planeteer is listening, my FBI handler, you've heard me say this before. Politicians need to do their jobs like their life depends on it. Because if we're entrusting you with the management of our republic, you don't have secrets. You don't have the benefit of the doubt. You don't have rights. You need to make sure that people know everything that you're doing. Like with the body cams, they conveniently fall off at the right times. They conveniently can be muted at the right times. All of that shit needs to stop right here and now.
Marcus, do you know what's good? What's good oil for tar?
A lot of people don't know it. LA sits on a huge oil field. We have tar pits here. I assume it's that tar that sticks and make you sink. But no, I don't know if you would like to.
Trump said it was Venezuelan oil, which we're stealing. So you just came out in favor of Venezuelan oil. I'm noting that in the permanent record of the show.
Excellent. I mean, if we're going to use it to put on politicians, I'm fine with that. At least we get something out of it as libertarians opposed to regime change. If we're going to take anything positive out of it, we're getting some good tar to put on our politicians. So let's leave it there.
Sounds like a
I'm
win-win.
right here. I can hear you, right? You're talking about me.
So
not you.
So
We'll spare you.
Trump's accomplishments were free Ross, maybe decriminalize marijuana, and better tar for politicians.
Yes.
Oh my God. Apologies to Ryan Woodcraft if he's here.
He hasn't rage quit yet.
Hey, if Rob is doing a fundraiser in North Carolina where you jump in a cold pool, can I do a fundraiser in Texas if I jump in a bucket of tar?
I'll pay for that.
What kind of numbers are we talking here? Because I might pay for this on my own. Enter your
it's gonna have to
scores
be
in the chat.
a minimum, 5-figure donation for me to do something like that.
5-figure donation. Let me work on this.
To the left of the decimal. To the left of the decimal.
If you haven't entered your scores in the chat, please do so now. Tell us what you're thinking. 200 to Marcus for being in second place. Minus 200 to Rob, because I'm sure he'll mention the Cowboys
That's what
at some
spurred
point.
it.
Oh, that was preemptive. That was preemptive. 100 to Rob for no fear of Palantir. Minus 50 to Rob for a weak answer. Minus 50 to Ryan for a short answer. Actually,
I'm
short
5'6".
answer.
I'm
Those are-
5'6". All right.
Hey, that's how tall I was in the 6th grade.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, 5'6", 280. That sounds about right.
Points to Woodcraft for the short answer.
Thank you.
Minus 200 to Rob. Texas barbecue is numero uno. 100 points to Ryan for the short and sweet answer, sometimes encouraged. Points to Marcus for blocking facial recognition with his shades. That's a smart move. He had his shades off earlier and we made him put them back on. Points to Marcus, gave us a Terminator movie review. I just deleted my Rotten Tomato app. I trust Marcus movie app better. LOL, I knew Rob would get into a Cowboys insult, 25 points. Minus 100 to Ryan for being on mute. Yep, that was fair.
I deserve that.
100 pity points to Rob for forgetting to unmute.
That's the second time. I've stolen points from Ryan twice now.
200 to Marcus, go Cowboys, but go Bears too. Points to Marcus for calling out the Uniparty. Points to Marcus for being born in Texas. Living in California must mean he was kidnapped with Maduro. 200 points for whoever says abolish ICE first. I think that happened. Marcus was on a delay and did it like 5 minutes later. That was my favorite part of the show. He just screams out abolish ICE. Like, they did that. They did that already. Points to Marcus for his cross necklace. Jesus for the win.
Oh, I thought that was
Amity,
Jesus something else.
It's an
I
Oprah.
thought it was F the world.
I was like, that's a new one, but all right.
Jesus, F the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even going there.
Yeah.
Minus 50 to Rob for saying wonderful. Points to Rob for abolish ICE. Points to Rob for his efforts to maintain state property. Points to Woodcraft, no data collection. Points to Ryan because he's growing on me. That hasn't happened for me yet. Points to Ryan. He's in third place. Pity points are the best. Points to Marcus, abolish ICE. You still got points for it. A 15-minute delay. Your abolish ICE was as timely as your Terminator reference. Points to Marcus for defending the good name of Joe Schmo. Points to Marcus, 1990s kids rock. That's true. Points to Marcus, abolish ICE, but I like ice in my Texas sweet iced tea. Points to Marcus for broadcasting from a bunker in Death Valley.
Word.
Minus to Marcus for wearing sunglasses indoors.
And at night.
Yeah. Points to Rob for the adorable pupper in the pic behind him. Marcus, at least Tone Loke will get your facial recognition tickets. Too bad you can't get to his bank account. Plus 200. Plus to Rob, the law says you have no expectation of privacy in public, and that's what we should address. Points to Marcus, ICE is low IQ. Points to Ryan, ICE has attitude problems and 90 IQ. Points to Rob, we now know what he looks like without hair. See top right corner of his background.
Oh.
Which one? That guy? That's I can't think of his name. He's the he's considered the founding father of American cinema.
Did you say
Charlie
Cinnabon?
Chaplin?
That's amazing.
Yes, Cinnabon. No, Cinema.
No.
They're all North Carolina people.
Yeah, no more trivia for
Fair,
movies.
fair.
This is a political game show. Points to Marcus for the movie review of Minority Report. See what you did. See what you did here. Points to Marcus if he can figure out a way to include Jurassic Park.
I
What
watched
is
that
happening?
yesterday. I literally watched that yesterday.
Oh my god!
Oh, I'll figure that
How
out.
how messed up is your Netflix queue? Like, what's up next? Like Pretty in Pink or something? Like, how far
Possibly.
behind are you with pop?
You know, if you're gonna Molly Ringwald bash, I'm just gonna rage quit right now.
Points to Marcus, make dystopian 20th century movies fiction again. Points to Marcus, the Constitution is a shield, not a sword. Points to Marcus for saying Constitution. Points to Marcus for the Constitution is a shield, not a sword. 100 because cops lie.
I'll take those. I'll take
to
those.
Rob. To Rob. These are linked.
All right.
Points to Ryan for being correct. Points to Ryan. Body cam should be uploaded to public servers at the end of the shift. Points to Ryan for the mention of narrative control. Points to Woodcraft. Comply or die from the right is mind-boggling. Points to Ryan. The flip of conservatives on 2A is insane. Points to Marcus for being on the list.
You're on my list, Marcus.
Did I say hi to Phil? What's up, Phil? Points to Marcus for shouting out his FBI handler. Tyrants need love too. Let's be honest. He's got an intern. He's easy.
It's all the same.
Points to Marcus for tar and feathers. Points to Marcus for tar and feathering politicians. Marcus gets 100 points. Better tar for politicians. Let's go. Points to Ryan for proposing a Big Bird impersonation. Points 200 Texas points to Ryan because F the other 49. But are you typing like your feet again, Chris?
Huge. The biggest points of them all. Everybody's talking about them.
Points to Ryan for tar pit skinny dipping. Nobody said it was skinny dipping or I'm out.
Yeah,
I want him wearing
I'm
3
not
layers of
supporting any of
clothing
that.
when he goes in.
For a 6-figure donation, I will consider it. Woodcraftforelpaso.com/donate.
There is no figure that I want to see that figure. That's just I'm throwing.
You
that
don't
out.
have to watch, but I'm getting.
I'm throwing that out there. Points to Marcus for his misunderstanding of, or minus points to Marcus for his misunderstanding of the Constitution.
Horse plop.
What's up, Grumpy Gnome? Michael reposted. Appreciate you. Points to Marcus for standing up for Molly Ringwald. Backpack. Like, this is, I feel like I'm on that like E show or something. What is?
I got you for 2 weeks, Bender. 2 weeks.
What is going on? Oh, this is terrible. I can't even believe this. I need to center myself first, real quick here. Marcus is in the lead. I can't even handle this. And he's like way in the lead, 5,035 points. Rob with 3,100, Ryan with 2,950. We knew Ryan wasn't going anywhere, but that's a shocking development. Let's see if we can straighten this out. Oh yeah, now he's doing a dance move from the 90s. All right, back to it. Rob, to you. Categories: unchecked government power. Is the role of state government shifting to primarily managing federal directives?
I mean, state government still does a pretty good job of ruining education, over policing localities, driving up property taxes, making housing costs go up, ruining transportation, creating more traffic, messing up the roads that we're all told are just going to disappear somehow if we have a libertarian society. So yeah, that's a big increasing part, but they have their own entire tranche of screw ups that they're very focused on.
I think education screwed up at the federal level first, but the rest of that was true. Ryan, to you. Are states too reliant on federal funding?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I can see that even within our school district, where we're relying on state and federal funding just so that we can do the job that we're supposed to do by state statute. Right? Like this is one of those things where, if we had gotten it right decades ago, people want to give Ronald Reagan crap about Reaganomics and the trickle-down effect, but give people their damn money back. None of that money belongs at the federal government level anyways. That needs to go back to the individual states. And then we need to take the money back from the states as well in their bloated budgets and give them back to our local communities.
All right. Marcus, to you. Our leader, shockingly, have states surrendered too much authority to Washington?
Absolutely. Here in the 4th largest economy in the world, the great state of California, we actually send more money to the federal government than we get back. And I'm kind of torn on this. Not torn, because taxes don't need to exist in the form that they are right now. In California, we have enough consumers to where we probably would only need a consumer tax if we didn't have to send money to the federal government to not get anything back. And then what we get back, it's with the strings attached to it, it all ends up being bullshit. So I'm not a big fan of this entire situation whatsoever. I'm
with you. Rob, to you, the category is immigration reform. Do state sanctuary policies undermine the rule of law?
Hopefully, I want to see more. I want to see immigration sanctuaries. I want to see Second Amendment sanctuaries. I want to see every single ridiculous federal overreach overturned with state and locality sanctuary policies. I want to see the 10th Amendment invoked. I want to see parallel societies and a giant middle finger just floating up over Washington.
Love it. Ryan, to you. Do federal immigration mandates override state sovereignty?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it goes hand in hand with what Rob was just talking about. You know, we are supposed to have 50 individual states with individual economies, with laws, rule sets, and people are free to move among the states as they see fit to live where they want to based on what's best for them, their family, their economy, their ideals, their ideology, their theology, you name it. And so anything that's forced from the federal level down to the local level, especially when it's outside of the bounds of the Constitution, it should be nullified 100%.
All right. Marcus, to you. Should states be allowed to enforce immigration law independently?
Yes. First of all, you know, we have a lot of people on the right side talk about states' rights all the time. And I firmly believe in states' rights. I also believe, you know, based on my background with my parents coming from Alabama, they moved out of there in the late 60s. So they saw a lot of shit. Ultimately, there needs to be oversight, and it's not an overreaching oversight, but an oversight of states when they don't guarantee the Constitution as it's written, because that should be superseding everything. But as far as states goes, they should be able to enforce what they feel is right, and that should include immigration.
All
So,
right.
point of clarification, but I'm not using my debate here. I would like to push back on Marcus just a touch. States don't have rights. People have rights. People within those states have rights, but the state governments themselves have no rights whatsoever.
I concur 100% with you. Government does not have rights. Government has the rules that we give them.
Thanks for using the Roberts rules there. That was helpful. that really kept it moving.
It's convention season. Like, you have to.
Yeah. I should work that into the game show. That's a good idea. People love it so much during conventions. I should make it entertainment.
Point of information: as a former contestant, I get a nuke that I can use, right?
Now while you're on the show.
Oh, come on.
It's a fire hazard. Our insurance said no.
Insurance is a boondoggle too.
All right. Back to you, Rob. Category is government monopoly on violence. Is qualified immunity protecting abuse?
I love this question. So not only is qualified immunity protecting abuse, all government granted immunity and liability shield is granting abuse, and we need to get rid of all of it. We need to get rid of police immunity. We need to get rid of social worker immunity. We need to get rid of prosecutorial immunity. We need to get rid of corporate immunity. We need to, get rid of vaccine immunity, product immunity, every bit of immunity that the government grants. Everywhere the government says you no longer have a risk because we are backing you needs to go away. And I think the people that support it should be checked for financial contributions from the ones that they granted it to and put in jail for fraud.
All of my questions are great, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But, all right, Ryan, to you. Do current use of force laws effectively limit excessive force by police?
Absolutely not. You can put all the laws, rules of engagement, you call them what you want. You can put them all in the books. It really comes down to training, temperament, and emotional intelligence of officers in the moment. There needs to be a lot more training in stressful situations. We've seen that here in our local community, where, and this is not one of those anti-cop, anti-back the blue sentiments. I support law enforcement. However, bad cops need to be held accountable, just like bad surgeons, just like bad car salesmen, just like bad whatever. And some of these people have absolutely no business having a badge or a gun. If they get their feelings hurt, or if somebody runs away from them and they feel the need to kill them in the process. So I don't think the laws are helping. I think what we really need is more training and really maybe some mental health support for these officers in the line of duty if we really want to crack this nut.
Great answer.
I do not support law enforcement, and I would just like to say the Second Amendment is there to restrict excessive police authority and abuse.
And I want to point out that he said crack this nut, and that was pretty cool.
That's not one of the Robert rules, I believe.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. All right. So what was that? That was all right. So Marcus, to you. Does the government punish dissent too harshly?
I don't think the government punishes dissent. I think it's society that punishes dissent, because dissent is patriotism. If the government is wrong, it's wrong. You know, I watched the video from Minnesota. I did not see where he posed the threat. And I will say that wholeheartedly, that that man should still be alive, because he was disarmed before they murdered him. And the fact that government thinks it's omnipotent, that disturbs me to no end too. But as far as government punishing dissent, the government is like I said, it ruins everything and it's useless. It's our society that allows the government to think it is in a position to punish dissent. That's where the problem lies.
All right. Rob, back to you. Category is ICE operations in sovereign cities. Do ICE operations violate local consent?
I was actually, after those last scores, I was thinking about calling ICE and saying that there's a black man beating me, and maybe it could help us.
Your local police would be better for that.
I mean, ICE is on a tear right now. That
is true.
Sorry, what was the question?
I have no idea. Do ICE operations violate local consent?
I mean, that's a complicated question. The existence of ICE violates my consent. The existence of the Department of Homeland Security violates my consent. I suppose under our current framework, there's a model where locals could call in a federal deportation unit, but you would have to have it be locally controlled the way they're doing it right now. And they want the spectacle. This is bread and circuses 100%. They want to violate consent. They want to hurt somebody.
All right. Ryan, to you. Is federal force overriding local authority?
Unequivocally, yes. Right. And that's not just necessarily in law enforcement. That's in absolutely every avenue of approach. The attorney general, who has no idea what she's doing, is forcing her will on state attorney generals and local district attorneys. You have the Secretary of State that apparently is now the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins because they may not have hired one yet. And so they're just whittling their way into any local entity that they can. It's absolutely asinine what a complete power grab this has become. Not just over the past year, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 12 years, but really since September 11th. It's all about centralizing power at the federal government level and putting the boots on the neck of us in local entities.
All right. Follow-up question. How many B's in unequivocally?
No, unequivocally.
All right. Somebody's going to give you points for that, I guarantee it. Marcus, you. Should cities cooperate with federal immigration raids?
I firmly believe in local control. And I posed this question to my people. I don't like to call people my followers. I approach this question to my people. Minnesota, obviously, Minneapolis obviously doesn't want ICE there. And for me, I was like, why isn't ICE and the federal government going to communities that want them there, like where Lincoln Riley was murdered? It seems like those are the hot spots, if you will, for where people would want that enforcement there. Locally, you should have local control over your municipality or whatever it is. That's the essence of a republic. But for the federal government to go into places where they're not wanted, it is a performative show where they're looking for these problems, these so-called riots. I haven't seen shit get burned down or whatever in Minnesota yet, but they're looking to cause these issues so they could justify the next step in their actions, which I think is the declaration of the Insurrection Act.
Dang, 100 points to Marcus for me on that one. When you look at the stuff that the right has flipped the script on, showing up to protest armed was a normal occurrence for them for years. And now all of a sudden you can't go to a protest with a gun. You're asking to be shot at that point. The hypocrisy is just ludicrous to me. And I don't understand why more people don't start holding folks accountable.
Indeed.
I think we should make Marcus in charge of determining whether it's a riot or not, because I think that was a good job.
Well, it's genetically disposed to us over here as far as rioting goes. That is, if you don't want to look at the riots during the 1910s, 20s,
genetically,
30s.
So like Californians, is that who you're referring to? Californians?
Minnesota's not rioting because it's predominantly white.
I don't know. You know, there's not enough seasoning in your rioting. That's what bothers me about it. You know, this is very salt and Sprite is spicy water rioting.
The whistles, it's like really.
Hold on a second. I don't want to be on the screen when this gets clipped. Hang on.
It's too late. I already said what I said.
Oh, almost forgot how to add myself back. All right. Before we get kicked off of the one platform we're remaining on, let's get back into it. Rob, to you. Category is state authority versus city autonomy. Can selective enforcement be justified under the principle of home rule?
So no, never. I love this question. I am actually just finishing up a white paper I've been working on advocating for the complete elimination of all law enforcement, prosecutorial, and judicial discretion, ending plea bargains, and requiring every law to be enforced to its maximum penalty. And the way I see it is, if it's really so dangerous to go 5 miles an hour with the speed limit that it's a $500 fine, then start charging everyone $500 and see how fast that law disappears.
Hang on a second. I'd like to remove myself from the screen before Marcus objects to you saying white paper.
I'm biting my tongue. I'm truly biting my tongue.
It's fine. My paper's not rioting.
And it's not seasoned either. So
definitely not.
Well, you know, Rob, if you draw this out on the whiteboard, right, you can really do a timeline of events. You know, right? If there's no victim, there's no crime. If there is a crime, you need law enforcement. You want law enforcement to max it out.
See, this is bullshit. I grew up in the 1900s where we had blackboards, and now come back, bring your ass back. Now that the blackboards have been replaced by whiteboards feel free to say crazy shit, and it just is not right.
Look, Marcus, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
Ways.
The problem is that Michael Irvin got a hold of the chalk and created a whole new
Cocaine Cowboys.
Bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Just don't tell Trump that Irving has a Venezuelan cocaine boat.
I'm back. I was at a Kwanzaa ceremony, so I missed all of that. Yeah. All right. Ryan, to you. Are sanctuary policies for immigration and guns useful political tools for cities?
Yeah, it can be if they put their money where their mouth is. But most local municipalities or governing agencies aren't willing to fight the state and put up the money in lawsuits. You know, if you want to put up the money and go to court, then absolutely, I think you should. But it's so expensive now to litigate against the state in a state court. And you're really doing that with taxpayer money. And so it's one of those things where it's like, is this a good use of taxpayer dollars? Am I being a steward? You know, if I pay tax money to have the potholes fixed in the road and you're using that to sue Ken Paxton because he's got one eye looking at you and one eye looking for you as you take Tylenol, then I don't really know if that's a good use of my taxpayer dollars. So I don't trust the wisdom and discernment of local government to determine when or when not to sue the state government for those actions. But it should be a tool that's weaponized. Absolutely.
Does your shirt say "Fight the statues"?
Fight the status quo. Vote libertarian.
Okay. I couldn't. It was hidden behind the mic there. I thought it said "Fight the statues," which seems like a losing battle. All right.
I'm always in third place, and yet I keep showing up. Like, what do you expect from me? I'm like Glass Joe in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. The dude never wins.
Oh, Glass Joe reference. All right, Marcus, to you. And I'll remove myself from the screen before you answer. Should states or the federal government be able to ban sanctuary cities?
No, because if your jacked up ass city wants to have a jacked up ass policy, it's up to the voters and the people of that city to change the government. We don't need a blanket rule or law from federal, state, county, local, whatever it may be. The voters of that area need to determine their path. So hell no.
All right. Rob, back to you. The category is localism and agorism. Do states tolerate parallel systems?
States hate parallel systems so much that they regulate farmers markets. They will go after you if you sell milk to your neighbor. They want to regulate chicken eggs that you have. They do not tolerate parallel systems at any level of government. It is the biggest threat to their control there is. And they will do anything they can to control, regulate, and crush them.
Great answer. Totally agree.
Agreed.
Ryan, to you. Do states enable local alternatives?
Oh, absolutely. And it's the premise of the black market. You know, when you look at how the state tries to dictate the economy by what they outlaw, what they ban, what they regulate, the market will always provide if there's a demand. So by all means, continue to ban whatever you want at the state level, and local black market economies will continue to provide.
Excellent. I feel like he's setting me up. I really do. I mean, you mentioned black market like 2-3 times in that last yeah, you're just waiting for me to come chime in with some bullshit. So I'm putting this out there right now. I am not going to address the black market comment whatsoever by my guy Ryan. Thank you
already
very much.
did like 3 times.
It means something different in the rest of the country than it does in Texas.
Oh, I got you. I've been through.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right.
I love you, Marcus. I love you.
I love you too, brother.
All right. Marcus, to you. Should communities self-organize freely?
First of all, communities need to build their own black markets. That's the first thing they need to do. And the black market is without government concern or care.
Here we go.
Nobody knows what's better for you than you. And nobody knows what's better for your neighbor than your neighbor. So everything needs to start locally and locally, to the extent where the county, state, and federal government has little, if not no say in the matter whatsoever.
All right. Good answer. Rob, to you. Oh, no, enter scores. The chat's hopping. Let's check out what's going on in the chat here. Damn it, Ryan, quit getting beat. 100 to Rob for his mom. That was a note with your sandwich in your lunchbox. 100 for his pithy answer to Rob. 100 to Rob. Thanks for pointing out the state governments are bad managers too. 100 to Rob for a bottom-up free market.
Other white guy with an R name.
That's 300 now that I.
Oh, Ryan. Oh. I should have realized it was you when it said bottom up. Sorry.
Leave me out of this.
100 to Ryan. 100 to Marcus for mentioning donor. Terry's dying.
Where are you at down there, she is?
It's a good show when you get Terry disappearing.
This is when I watch backstage the whole time. People ask me why I can't read. I'm like watching Terry convulse. Oh my God. 100 to Marcus for mentioning donor and recipient states. 200 to Marcus, taxes are bullshit. 200 to Marcus for using the term bullshit.
It's a good score.
100 to Marcus, taxes are BS. 200 to Rob for a giant middle finger to the District of Corruption. Points to Rob for coexist. Points to Woodcraft for nullification. Points to Ryan, states do not have rights. Minus to Marcus for Robert's Rules of Order. Yeah, it's totally deserved. No immunity. Points to Rob. Points to Rob, end all immunity. Minus to Rob for I support law enforcement. Ryan, all right. You're screwing me up now, Amity. Would you cut it out? 200 to Rob for not supporting law enforcement. Points to Ryan, bad cops need to be held accountable, said the constable. Points to Ryan for mental health care for law enforcement. We came out in favor of that tonight. Give the Nutcrackers immunity. Was that you got to put a name?
Hey,
with it.
I did not
points or
say any
immunity.
slurs. I refuse to use any kind of slurs to describe my brothers. So I don't even know why that came up.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you those points, whatever it was.
What are you talking about?
Nutcrackers.
Is that some
It's
racist
their favorite word in
euphemism that
Texas.
I'm unaware of?
That's your. I'm sorry. That's your word. I shouldn't have even said it to begin with.
Marcus's Christmas display is kind of weird, just to throw that out there. So, all right. Points to Marcus, poli sci approved. Points to me, just paying my mandatory taxes to the government. It's accepted. Points to the agorist on the panel. Which of you is the agorist? No takers. No takers.
I'm a free market capitalist. That's close.
I'm a nihilist.
They all sound agorism phobic to me.
Yeah.
Points to Rob, fuck ice. Points to Rob for his Okra Coke shirt. Love
Best
that
place
place.
on the planet.
That sounds like a weird vegetable that you would snort.
I've
know what that
snorted
means.
some things.
Highly processed.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a big whale that was high as no other.
That's what I get there, but
I put
Mine is
okra
one-
Coke in my gumbo.
Minus 150 to Marcus. Society can't take the bag for authoritarian government. Wu-Tang Clan would be mad if they heard that answer. That's absolutely true. Points to Rob, bread and circuses. Points to Rob, I freely gave up those points consensually. Points to Woodcraft, I forgot what he said, but it was good. Points to Woodcraft for unequivocally.
Two B's. Two B's.
Two B's.
The funny thing is, I tried to search it real quick to see if there was a B in it, and I couldn't spell it, so I couldn't figure it out. So I just guessed that there wasn't a B in it because when you're from Chicago and you pronounce words a certain way, and you go to spell them and you realize there's no B in it, you're like, "What the hell?"
But when I get your text messages, every other word of yours has the red squiggly line underneath. So I can't.
Yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair. Marcus, you can't own people. Oh god,
That's bullshit.
Here
Yeah,
we
I go to Libya right now and prove you wrong.
can I go with you?
Where the hell for you?
Oh my god, that was incredible. Can I give him 200 for that? That was amazing.
Not gonna do it.
Ryan left. No, Ryan left.
Not gonna do it.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Hillary Clinton.
Oh my god.
Marcus, you're gonna have to change the name of your podcast. This is not gonna go well.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my video guy. Change Marcus on the intro to this. I want this drinking the beer with that in front of him. So clip that. That's got to be in the intro. Thank you. All right. 100 to Ryan for unequivocably.
There's
That's only one B.
E's. Too many
There's-
E's and only one B.
There's
Only
no
one
red
B.
underline. That's absolutely correct. Points to Marcus. The government is trying to cause insurrection. Points to Woodcraft. Hypocrisy from the right. Points to Ryan for ludicrous.
Luda.
You.
It's not about being wanted. It's about where the authoritarian gun laws allow them to get away with an invasion, but that was a based answer. 150 to Marcus, 100 to Marcus to get Ryan to give up points from his own third place pot. Very impressive.
Voluntarily.
Points to Marcus for Black Spice. Yeah, you were my least favorite Spice Girl. Points to Marcus, seasoning in the riot. Points to Rob for his based white paper. I don't even know why that made me laugh.
Oh.
That's the first time I choked tonight. Points to Rob just because. Points to Woodcraft, no victim, no crime. Points to Ryan, whiteboard commentary. Now we got blackboard. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do the rest.
Which one do you prefer?
Yeah.
Right? If you have to go do math in front of the class,
Yeah.
which one
Hey,
do
where
you
are you
math?
going?
As
It
Eddie
depends if
Murphy
he's here
said,
in Libya.
I'll just take the 0. Points to Marcus for bringing free blackboards back. Points to Woodcraft for the Paxton Tylenol.
Look, if you don't know
I'm
who
not gonna
Ken
make it.
Paxton is, Google him. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, I've seen him, dude. I don't know how you people elected him, because he looks like some kind of
What do you mean,
between
you people?
exactly how it sounds between a Lego character and that guy from the Goonies. That thing that that they found. You're going home with me now. That's what Ken Paxton looks like.
Oh my god.
Terry, these are not YouTube shorts. Just skip this whole section.
I just realized I have no reputation to protect, so I'm back.
If I ever thought I was going to win re-election, that just went right out the window.
We'll superimpose Tub over you. We'll use it.
That's
Oh my
quite
God.
an insult. I mean,
Oh my
Another
gosh.
white guy with a high-pitched voice. You see where this is going, Marcus? This is nonsense.
complete. It's a whole cart of horse blop.
Look, man, once you go white, you might say, all right.
I'm trying to gather myself. Points to Rob for the opaque comment. Points to Woodcraft for his Fight the Statue shirt. Points to Ryan for not being so nonsensical lawsuit using taxpayer dollars.
I'm going to take it.
Points to Ryan for Ken Quasimodo Paxton eyes.
It's like he puts his shirt over.
I think that's Corn Julio, though. But yeah.
The great corn.
Points to Rob for fighting the statues, losing battle. Points to Ryan for the punch out reference. Points to Marcus for jacked up ass policies. Minus to Marcus, jacked up cities was what started the Civil War. Points to Rob, F regulations on farmers markets. Points to Marcus, just called my city residents jacked up. Problem is, I don't know Jack. Points to Rob, no notes. Points to Rob. Points to Rob, parallel systems are how we get out of this nightmare, 100%. 200 geometry points to Rob. Points to Rob, great answer, and the others agreed. I wish I knew what he said. Points to Woodcraft for encouraging black markets, but minus 10 for the racist markets. Points to Rob, agree 100% municipalities' control of farmers markets or local farmers is overreach, 100%. 10 to Marcus for reparations on Woodcraft's black markets.
Wow.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
He's been begging for reparations since he first came on the show, and he finally got some.
I want my 40 acres and a mule.
You got the mule part. Points to Marcus for taking the bait by not taking the bait. Minus 1 to Marcus for wanting segregated markets. I can't attend black market.
Hey, I'll give you a pass, bro. Come talk to me. Just give me 200 points. You give me 200 points, I'll give you a pass.
Nope.
Appreciate you, Yates, bro, sticking with me.
Yeah. I identify far more with black people than white people. So.
As you should, bro. We dance better.
Facts.
I'm not arguing.
Well, this got out of hand.
Oh,
Yes. Good time.
points to Marcus. Nobody knows what's better for you than you. Black Marcus market speech 200 points. 100 Marcus communities need to build their own markets. Free men don't ask for permission. 100 Rob, I like what he says. I just don't
No one
understand
does.
him.
No one does.
100 Rob, DC gets the middle finger. 200 to Marcus for the racist you people comment. Points to Marcus for hey you guys. I'm laughing so hard. Points to Terry for losing all control of the show. Points to Marcus. I'd like to purchase the black gas.
I got you, bro.
Is it buy one get one? Buy one get one?
I'm laughing so hard I can't even see. This show is so whack. I could really just describe it in one thing here. Marcus is still in the lead. Rob 6,900. Ryan like falling way behind. So,
Yo, I'm still in the positive though. I am doing phenomenal.
you'll take
You
it.
take your victories where you can get them, bro.
All
I was
right.
like minus. I was there with like Mike Decentralized for weeks in the negative. It was ridiculous.
Shout out to Mike D. Hoping to see him at some of these conventions. All right, let's jump back into it. Rob, to you. Category is corporate state fusion. Should states ban corporate subsidies?
So obviously, but before we even ban corporate subsidies, put them off to the side. We need to get rid of the Corporations Act. We need to remove all liability protection granted by the government to corporations. We need to completely take away politicians' power to regulate corporations in any way, as a matter of fact, so that the corporations will stop buying those politicians. And corporations have proven you can own people.
Oh, you're using Marcus's thing now.
I was going
all
to
right.
mention the Dutch East India Company. So
They set a
That's
legacy.
they still exist.
That's a timely reference. All right. Ryan, to you. Is cronyism worse at state level?
Cronyism at the state level is worse than at the local level, absolutely, and it's even worse at the federal level. And that's crony capitalism. That's crony welfare. That's like you name it. Politicians in offices of high power get cuts, and it's one of the reasons why everything is so expensive. And the people that truly need the help from a voluntary or agorist perspective aren't getting it.
All right. Marcus, to you. Are corporations too involved in writing state policy?
Yes. The fact of the matter is corporations are writing state policy, federal policy, local policy. The only ones that don't have a lobbyist in state capitals, at City Hall, and in Washington, D.C. are the American people. We're just out. We're on the outside looking in.
All right. Rob, to you. Category is AI and data center development. Do subsidies lock communities into bad deals?
Hell yeah. When we say there's no such thing as a free lunch, that goes from the individual all the way up to the largest collective. If the government is giving you money, they expect something from it, and they will have their pound of flesh.
All right, Ryan, to you. Do data centers threaten drought-prone communities?
Absolutely. And we're dealing with this in El Paso right now, where there's one data center for Meta that is going in the northeast portion of our city, and one just on the other side of our western border in New Mexico. We live in the Chihuahuan Desert. Water here is at a premium. That land was sold at a discount. There's 380 and 381 agreements in place to give tax subsidies. The utilities are subsidized, both water and electric. Hell, there's talks now about building this AI data center, its own natural gas plant to be able to power everything that's going to need to be powered. And so now, gas is going to be subsidized by the taxpayer. And at the end of it, once construction is all said and done, we're going to our resources are going to be wasted. They're going to be strained, and we're going to have maybe 50 to 75 permanent jobs that aren't even really high tech jobs. You're just there to make sure that the servers stay cool enough that they keep working. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is one of those areas where, local governments really need to step up and do what's right for their communities and not just look for the quick dollar.
All right. Marcus, to you. Are corporate infrastructure costs shifted to taxpayers?
I will reference my guy Tubb on this answer because recently Jacksonville just approved $2 billion for a new stadium in their area, obviously Jacksonville. But with this, I want to touch back on the AI thing. I think AI has a chance to bring true socialism to America if we're not careful. And I say that because it's going to destroy more white collar jobs than blue collar jobs, the high paying jobs, those office jobs. And with that, even Elon Musk kind of alluded to it, is saying that people don't need to save for retirement because they're not going to have to do anything because AI is going to be taking over all this stuff and it's all going to be done somehow for free. I don't understand, excuse the pun, free, but I don't understand how that's going to help advance the cause of liberty when you're going to have to look at a universal basic income and things of that nature in AI if we are not careful. I'm not saying regulation by any means is the answer, but I have to say the American people have to look at this and let the free market decide if we actually want a part of this scenario.
Points for shouting out me and your answer, and also points for knowing where Jacksonville's stadium was. Rob, do you? Category is eminent domain. Should states ever seize private property?
The premise of the question is abhorrent. States should never seize private property. If there's a violent crime committed, then the state can intercede in moving private property from the offender in restitution. But again, I will make one exception. If you own any Dallas Cowboys gear, the state would be very well justified in taking it.
Oh boy. All right. Ryan, to you. Do states abuse public use definitions?
Yeah, public use is whatever the state determines to be public, whether it is or not. It's an abhorrent practice to include what restroom you can use. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it goes against the premise of individual liberty and personal responsibility. One of those things that I tell my kids about is you can choose your actions, but you can't choose your consequences. The state, on the other hand, will prefer just to make everything considered public use, have taxpayers subsidize it, and consequences be damned.
Let's see if Marcus can continue the trend of using abhorrent in his answer here. Marcus, should economic development ever justify land seizures?
No. At no point should the government not give a fair market price voluntarily to a person's property to do anything whatsoever. And the fact, I'm a Dodgers fan, and there is an absolutely horrible story about how Dodger Stadium came into being. There was a few families that wanted fair market value. They didn't get it. Basically, the state took it, gave them pennies on the dollar, and the government came in and snatched them out of their houses without them even be able to gather up all of their possessions. So at no point will I ever support the government taking anything from my fellow citizen.
All right. Rob, to you, the category is lack of enforced clawbacks. Should states claw back failed corporate subsidies?
I mean, states should get rid of corporate subsidies. Every corporate subsidy is a failure. The free market will always win. The government makes the fight longer and more painful. Corporate subsidies are one of the most grotesque manipulations of free market. You eliminate price, the signal of pricing. You have no idea what real demand is. You give favorable terms to worse performers, people that are bringing corporations that are bringing worse products and services into the market. You hurt the consumer. If you want to claw back corporate subsidies, you should give back every single goddamn stolen tax dollar that you've ever taken from us, and we can start there.
Excellent. Ryan,
Word.
you. Are clawback provisions intentionally weak?
Yeah. Yes. How much money corporations give politicians determine how much power politicians have. So yeah, absolutely. Government's not going to want to try to take that money back from businesses when they know that their pockets are lined with it, and that's how they stay elected.
Bonus points for the little stare at the end there. Marcus, to you. Do states ever punish broken economic promises?
No, because they move on to the next project and say, oh, well, that didn't work out. Hey, let's try this time. And that's the inherent problem of the government, is that they don't learn from their mistakes. They just continuously repeat them. And then when it's time to ante up on the responsibility part, either the memory of their failures has been eliminated or they're out of office. So government in itself is a hooker or a lot lizard that changes its mind as it moves throughout this truck stop or Figueroa Boulevard or whatever they call it, the Fig out here. That's one of our main corridors for the trade of, the good stuff, I guess you can say. Anyway, I digress.
You digressed earlier than that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
All right.
So the question was, do states ever punish broken economic promises?
No.
And Marcus's answer was lot lizard.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that
if we're not going to bring up lot lizards during this show, I don't know if we're actually moving in the right direction as far as spreading the message of liberty.
I just want to make sure I understood the question.
I think you tried to order a lot lizard is really where that was.
They come in pairs.
All right, Rob, to you. Category is long-term fiscal shortfalls. Are states hiding future budget crises?
No, they're right there in the open. That's one thing I learned running for mayor is they're very effective at pushing that coming crisis down the road and then calling it something else. They face no accountability. They face no repercussions. So they're just going to take as much as they can until the house of cards collapses.
Ryan, to you. Do pension obligations and unfunded liabilities threaten state solvency?
Ooh, state solvency. I think that you would have to make the argument that the state is solvent to begin with, without taking our money to pay things like pension funds and retirement. Whether that's police and firefighters at the local level, whether that's teachers associations at the state level, whatever that may look like, using state money to fund anything isn't solvent to begin with. And I think we need to start chipping away at that and bringing it back to the local level.
Excellent. Marcus, to you. Do voters understand state debt exposure?
I don't think voters understand who the hell they're voting for. So how the hell can they understand state debt exposure or to that regard? Because if you're a U.S. publicly educated individual, the state does no wrong. So for Americans to understand that this government doesn't give a shit about your tax burden, it's because they know eventually they'll raise the tax on you for whatever it is, whether it be property sales or whatever it is. Whatever the problem is, there's nothing they can't solve with raising your taxes. So yeah, stick that in your craw.
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I'm going to jump ahead here. We'll finish with this. Pick one.
Oh boy.
Rob, to you. Best way to roll back mass surveillance: ban warrantless data collection, require judicial warrants, defund surveillance programs, local opt-out laws, or full transparency audits?
Can I propose a sixth one? Because I have a great idea for this.
Do it.
So my proposal is something called Dick Pic Tuesday. And what that is you just download as many dick pics as you can and text them all over the place, email them, but tag them with like Afghani terrorist or something. And let's flood the NSA servers with nothing but trillions of dick pics until they collapse.
That reminds me of Silicon Valley when they couldn't tell the difference between a hot dog and a dick in the food app they made. Shout out to Silicon Valley. Great Mike Judge show. Ryan, to you. Best way to lower healthcare costs, price transparency, competition across states, direct primary care, catastrophic coverage, or deregulation?
Deregulation. The reason the healthcare costs are so expensive now is when you look at big pharma's monopoly on some of the different patents that they have in the way that they're able to pad the pockets of politicians via the FDA and the drug approval process. When you look at the insurance companies and government-backed insurance, where hospitals or care providers can charge the government whatever they want to, because the government's only going to pay them a certain amount of the price. And so you just keep getting upcharges from healthcare providers until they get what they need from the government to continue to provide the services. And so deregulation, at its core, we remove that responsibility. Again, it feels like I'm beating a dead horse with this one, but get the government out of it at the federal level and the state level. And I think you're going to start to see consumers drive more towards a direct primary care method of operation.
All right.
Did you
Marcus,
did you say eating a dead horse? Was that a Texas barbecue reference?
Ooh. Shots fired. Shots fired.
That's cute. Way to bring that back 20 minutes later and still miss.
Marcus,
it's like
to
North Carolina
you.
pulled pork, right? Like it's still there 20 minutes later and it still ain't good.
Nice. Good response. Well played.
Marcus, to you. Worst government power expansion tool: emergency powers, executive orders, administrative rules, funding leverage, or crisis declarations?
I'm torn between emergency power and crisis declarations. Those are kind of one and the same, but I think I got to go with crisis declarations, because if you, back in my day in the 1900s, when there was a news alert, there was actually something that was happening. But if you tune in to Fox or CNN or MSNBC, they'll just say Fox News Alert or News Alert, and it'll be like kitten was run over by an illegal alien in Minneapolis, and the ICE is responding to it right now as riots progress. It's just wild that we just have this crisis society as a whole, where everything is about to ruin you eating your Hungry Man Jack TV microwave dinner as you watch Big Bang Theory at night. And it's all the government's fault. Government ruins everything.
All right. Rob,
Dude, I got it, Marcus. That was the whitest shit you just said. Eating your fucking TV dinner, watching Big Bang Theory.
Well, a couple of minutes ago, he was concerned about white collar jobs too. So it's
Fair point.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all
white
about the
papers and whiteboards, and
yeah, it's got to be a balance. You can't have both.
Yeah.
Hey, I spoke with Minister Farrakhan and Dr. Umar before I came on here, and they gave me some talking points, and I'm going to stress those talking points today, whether you like it or not. You people are going to deal with this shit.
Big Bang Theory.
That's how the talking points look bigger.
Oh my God.
Oh
boy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Rob, back to you. Best alternative to the Federal Reserve: free banking, gold-backed currency, Bitcoin standard, state-issued currency, or competing private currencies?
So, I mean, I think right now a gold-backed currency is the best transition. I think it would stabilize. The devaluation of our dollar is out of control right now. I think we're on the brink of a true hyperinflationary environment, and Trump wants to put in the was it the CEO of Goldman Sachs to run the Fed and drop the interest rates back to zero. We're going to see real bad hyperinflation, a lot worse than now. You back it with gold, at least you get some stabilization. I think long term it's probably something crypto, because the market and prices adjust in real time. The hurdle you have to climb is, can you make crypto something that is effective for, day-to-day transactions and purchases, and not just seen as a value store?
I think it's actually worse. I think it's the BlackRock CEO actually.
Oh,
Here we go. Here
I
we
didn't
go.
say it on purpose.
Here we go.
All right. Ryan, to you. Biggest driver of tuition inflation: guaranteed loans, administrative growth, credential requirements, state subsidies, or federal aid?
Government-backed guaranteed loans, hands down. I mean, we talked about it a little bit before, so I'm not going to belabor the point, but get government out of education, let the free market take over, and you're going to see tuition costs drop by 200% easy.
All right. Rob, back to you. Biggest cost of empire building: debt, blowback, lost liberties, veteran care, or domestic neglect? No, this is to Marcus. Sorry. This is
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not going to interrupt, but you just skipped the fuck over me. I'm just like, what the hell's going on here?
I realized I wrote this for you, and I was like, oh, this sounds weird that I'm asking Rob.
Well, and I stopped paying attention. I was like, I'll just wait for my turn again.
He's watching The Big Bang Theory in the background.
Bazinga.
I'll take a black mark on that one.
Whoa.
Here we go. Here we go. Wow.
Come on, man. This is a family-friendly show.
Bazinga, maybe. I don't know. Marcus, to you. Biggest cost of empire building: debt, blowback, lost liberties, veteran care, or domestic neglect?
I will simply go with veteran care on this one, because if I have never been to war, and I'm not going to say I have been shot at, and there was a bullet lodged in my headrest on my 1991 Honda Accord, and I survived that. But when there is human conflict, which I think is the worst of humanity, everybody gets wounded. Killing people is not a natural act. Watching people get killed is not a natural act. And the fact that we are so willing to send our best over to foreign countries to engage in such acts, and then when they come back, they were like, hey, here's your parade because we fucked over the Vietnam vets. Here's your medals. Here's all the gratitude that we could bestow upon you. Now go fuck yourself. And that's what basically America does with its veterans. And it's been doing it since the Korean and Vietnam War. More Vietnam veterans died after the war than in the war. And that in itself is a testament to how much of a failure that the United States is in taking care of the people that it charges with going out there and doing the corporate world's bidding.
All right.
For
Rob,
the
back to
record,
you.
I'd like to let the record show that Marcus called me America's best.
You're all right.
Rob, to you. Best way to handle AI data center growth: market-driven, sitting, strict local limits, user pays infrastructure, statewide planning, or moratoriums?
100% market driven, everything. You got to get the government out of it. And to the extent that the state is involved, it is, I think, incumbent on it to only ensure that prior sweetheart deals, financial support, utility preference, water usage stolen from local municipalities is not enforced, and that people are able to protect their property and their resources.
All right. Ryan, to you. Best level for immigration policy: federal baseline, state control, federal only, state only, local discretion, or market driven?
Man, that's a great question. It's I don't know if you guys have ever either watched the videos or read the books by Peter Zahan, but He has one called Accidental Superpower that talks about how the United States, by happenstance, fell into being a world superpower. But then he also talks about economies and how there's a compounding effect that birth rates have. When you talk about high birth rates, you have people that sustain an economy. You have people for different job programs, education levels, you name it. When you have low birth rates, mainly due to inflation, due to housing costs, education prices, healthcare costs, you have to be able to offset your low birth rates with immigration to be able to sustain your current level in an economy. And if you don't, the economy collapses. And so when you look at the United States and how we're operating now, we've had one of the lowest birth rates that we've had in almost 50 years. And it's not just United States trend. It's starting to become a global issue. But we've essentially outlawed immigration in this country and left that to the black market as well. Sorry, Marcus.
No worries.
So, if we're going to sustain the economy we have, which isn't great, not at $39 trillion in debt, just to sustain that, we have to increase our populace through immigration. And so I think it's almost a hybrid of, yes, there probably should be a federal baseline, but it should be left up to the states to determine what their economies can and can't handle, and how they regulate that. Now, in a utopian world, I would love open borders and the free movement of people and goods across borders. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. And so I'm an advocate of a return to an Ellis Island style immigration model until we could potentially get to that utopian fix. Free, I think you made the comment this week when we had the conversation. People that want to lose 100 pounds but refuse to lose 50 pounds first are kind of part of the problem. Like, we can't just get to the end state without taking the small incremental steps there. And so in this case, I would say federal baseline and then state implementation based on market needs.
Points for quoting me, and 38.5 trillion dollars in debt. So
yeah, we round up at the 0.5. We round up.
Yeah.
We're at 0.5. Yeah, we're at 0.5.
How much of that debt happened last year?
5 or 6 trillion?
It was about 2 to 3.
Was it?
Yeah. Just in one year. That's nuts.
Well, it's $1 trillion just in interest at this point. So
yeah.
And then like $2.5 trillion budget deficit. I mean, it's climbing fast. All right. It's to you, Marcus. Most dangerous government force tool: no-knock raids, qualified immunity, militarized gear, predictive policing, or emergency powers?
I would say qualified immunity, simply because it is not a law. It's a legal theory. It's a legal theory by some government officials to protect the government, which I find completely appalling. And within qualified immunity, you're allowing people to say, hey, if we've never adjudicated this before, then you have no recourse to bring about accountability from your government. And the fact that they can say that, it's like a infinity loop. They can keep saying it no matter what the government does. It was like, oh, we've never adjudicated this before, so we have no reference to stand upon. So with that being said, qualified immunity is one of the most socialistic, communistic, Marxist practices that I could ever imagine. And anybody who supports it is a socialistic, Marxist communist.
All right. Last 3 questions to you, Rob. Biggest risk of gun permit systems: discretion abuse, unequal enforcement, cost barriers, delays, or political bias?
I mean, I think at an immediate level, discretion abuse and unequal enforcement obviously inconvenience people, but I think political bias in the long term, if you have a pistol permitting system, that means there is a system from which they are checking to see if you're allowed to have a permit. I know in North Carolina, we just got rid of it, thank God, last year. But they still check against like 6 different databases. How much time is it? If they're not already, I mean, they're probably already, but just, making a note of that purchase. How many guns does this person have? How many guns does this person have? And then when they declare the next state of emergency for whatever stupid reason, and they start coming for the guns, they'll be at your house first.
All right. Ryan, to you. Best replacement for property taxes, consumption taxes, user fees, income taxes, land value taxes, or spending cuts?
Yeah, consumption tax, in my opinion. And when you look at property taxes, I'm not exactly sure why that we just don't use a one-time sales tax on the sale of a home that gets financed into the loan like anything else does. If it's 6.5%, then 6.5% of the value of the home at that time gets rolled into the loan. 6.5% goes to the city, and you pay it off, right? But people should be able to make the conscious decision to make a purchase, knowing what the tax rate is, versus having to lease their home under threat of extortion from the local government. And yes, then be thrown on the street if they don't pay it, adding to our homelessness issue.
I like it. Marcus, to you, last question of the night. Worst gun law feature, reduced purchasing power. Wait, what is this? Hang on. Let me skip.
Free doesn't know his own question. This is great.
Worst state tax, property tax, income tax, payroll tax, sales tax, or excise tax?
Yes. All of them. I mean, if I have to pick one, I would say property tax, because it threatens you with homelessness. And the fact that Americans had to go fight the government, that lady that I mentioned earlier was in debt to the state under $10,000, that grandma that had her house seized, and her house sold for $200-something thousand, and the state kept all the money. And then they went to court to fight to keep all the money. And that into itself is just a disgusting prospect, where if I owe you $5 and you beat my ass and take a $20 bill out of my pocket, not only did I get my ass kicked, you got an extra $15 for kicking my ass. That's effectively what the state did to that grandma. So property tax is just pure natural evil, and that's if I have to choose an evil tax, that's the one I'm going to pick.
All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you've not done so. Tell us who you think won. Tell us what you thought of the show. Share it out one more time. Let people catch the replay on this. And let's jump in. Points to Ryan. God bless his heart.
I don't think that's a compliment.
Points to Rob. Ban corporate subsidies and liability protections. Fuck corporate welfare. Rob. And 100 crony points to Ryan. Points to Woodcraft. F cronyism. Points to Ryan for saying agorist. But 10 crony points to Rob because he's a subscriber. That's fair. Points to Rob for saying no free lunch. Points to Ryan for living in El Paso. Bless his heart. Points to Marcus for saying white collar jobs. Yeah. Points to Ryan for having to live in Beto O'Rourke City. Thanks for taking one for the team. Points to Ryan for the inevitability of socialism.
That's me. Hold on. That's me. Don't.
Sorry. Points to Marcus for the inevitability. I was watching.
We look alike. We all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Ryan was doing a lot of this, and
all you people look alike. Yeah.
We all look the same. We get it.
Yeah. Points to Marcus for the inevitability of socialism when the economy finally breaks down. Negative to Rob for invoking state force over Cowboys fans. That's going to cost you the game. That's really going to cost you the game.
It was worth it.
Points to Rob, proper use of the word abhorrent when describing the state or a statist. Points to Marcus, before I heard his answer, mention your favorite movie.
Anything Star Wars.
I muted him. I don't care. Minus to Rob, boo Dodge, or God.
No, wait, that's fine.
Marcus,
that's fine.
boo Dodgers. Minus to Marcus for being a Dodgers fan. Go White Sox.
Boo.
Points to Rob. The government statists are stealing our incomes. Points to Marcus. Said it out loud. States move on to the next project.
It was me. Everyone's getting this all messed up.
It's the beards. It's got
That wasn't me this time. I just like to say for the record. This one's for sure, Marcus. Points for mentioning lot lizards on a political game show. Impressive. Points to Marcus for allowing lot lizards to do their thing. No victim, no crime. Points to Ryan. Clarification of lot lizards are a valid solution. And then there's question marks. There's a lot of question marks. The whole chat should be question marks at this point. Points to Rob. You are correct. Municipalities push it down the road with no accountability. Yeah, why are we talking about lot lizards? I have no idea. It's my show. Points to Rob. They will take as much as they can till the House of Cards on Netflix collapses. Back to movies. Points to Ryan. He had me at local level. Points to Marcus. Low info voters don't know jack. Points to Marcus. Truth talk. Voters don't know who they are voting for. Points to Ryan. Bring it back. Locals should not rely on state level funds. Points to Marcus. He's also correct. Nothing local authority believes except raising taxes for the next thing and keep taxing. Points to Rob. Brought the kink. Here we go.
That was my Dick Pick Tuesdays.
Mine is to Ryan. Missed the obvious answer on healthcare, which is direct primary care. Points to Marcus. I love Big Bang Theory.
I told you the whitest shit ever.
Yeah. Points to Mark. She doesn't like hot sauce either, so that's correct.
Oh, there you go.
Points to Marcus. Mentioned Big Bang TV show, TV dinners, and government can't fix shit. Nice. Points to Marcus for Bazinga. Points to me. Tonight's show is great. All thanks to the panelists and Terry. I'm having a blast. Awesome, William. Thank you, man. Points to Marcus. Bazinga. Points to Amity for her next show appearance. Larry Finks, the Antichrist. I agree. Why is it always got to be a color thing with you? I mean, that's just straight up.
La, la, la.
Bazinga. No, Marcus' catchphrase should be dynamite. That's fair. That's fair.
I like Terry's comment, that reference to that. So yeah.
Points to Marcus for standing up for veterans. Minus 10 points to Marcus. That's dynamite, Chris.
Exactly, Terry. Thank you.
That is factually correct there.
Yeah.
200 to Rob. Get the government out of AI. Points to Marcus. Thanks for mentioning the vets and their PSD. The government broke them and has done little for them. Mental health is a crisis they created for the vets. Points to Marcus. F the government. Points to Woodcraft for Ellis Island. Points to Woodcraft for quoting free. That's fair. Points to Ryan. Long-winded answers with the big words are the best. Now, what did you mean? Actually, that was based. Points to Ryan, but we round up to 100. Points to Marcus and qualified immunity. Points to Marcus for invoking all the tyrannical words. Marxist, socialist. Didn't he say like Marxist or something? It got
I said Marxist. Marxist.
That might be worse. Points to Rob because he's a great friend, even though he likes North Carolina barbecue and hates the Cowboys. Great job tonight. Minus 100 to Ryan. No taxes at all. Points to Rob for running for LNC chair. Points to Rob just because I said so. Points to Ryan. He probably needs it. That's 100% true. 100% true. Points to Marcus. Tax is bad. All of them, but property tax is the worst. Points to Marcus. Yes, all taxes are theft. Points to Woodcraft because I love Texas. We keep allowing more taxes. Stop voting for more taxes. Welcome, Rick. Thanks for the refreshing views and some good, clean fun.
Was it clean?
Clean.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I feel dirty. I feel dirty.
I kind of want to jump in the shower after this.
That's fair.
I'm a good
Marcus, I just want to apologize to you in case anything I said was offensive. I am so sorry.
If you're not being offensive, you're not being fun. So that's my personal view on the matter.
I watched Marcus enough. I have to keep up. I was like, I need to bring my offensive level up.
Yeah, I would suggest not using that joke you told us earlier. That was not.
It's a great joke.
I kind of like it. I gotta be honest with you.
Here we go.
You should hear the follow up.
No.
Marcus lost points because he never docked me for whitewashing the Mr. T look.
Why is it got to be
wow?
I pity the fool.
Hey,
I'm just saying, I pity the fool.
I wanted to give a shout out to the homeboy. You know, you make me feel welcome every time I come here, and if you're missing the gold chains, but the Mr. T look works for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I had 10 remaining hairs. That's what they wanted to do. So that was literally the only choice. He said, damn it, I spelled dynamite and then changed it. So oh, that's a good way to end it. Let's see where we ended up here. Wow. Let's see. Where can I find the drum roll? Let's see. There we go. Got it. Oh, you helped me out there. I didn't even realize like that's what it was. I'm like, that sounds terrible for a second. Marcus with the win, 9,034 points. Rob, 86.10. Ryan, 73.50. Ryan, third place. Been there, done that. What do you think?
You know, it's a win-win, man. I may not have gotten the most positive points, but I had the least amount of lost points, and so I'm going to take that as a moral victory. For those baseball fans, you know, the Atlanta Braves in the 90s and early 2000s had an absolute dynasty. And when you look at their starting pitching rotation, you know, they had a number one starter by the name of John Smoltz, a number two starter by the name of Greg Maddux, and I'm completely okay with being Tom Glavine in that rotation when it comes to Rob and Marcus. These are two great fighters of liberty and freedom, and they're going to do amazing things in California and North Carolina. Check them out. Follow them at their links and their websites. Shameless plug to mine. You know, you can follow me at Woodcraft for EP here on X, Woodcraft_SISD at Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. And if you're so inclined, woodcraftforelpaso.com. You can find more about me, my platform, and there is a donate tab there as well. But free, thanks for having me on again. One more plug, April 10th through the 12th in Abilene, Texas. Liberty isn't lawless for our state convention. We look forward to having you and Amity there. Your first round of drinks of choice are on me, and I really look forward to being able to hang out with you guys. So thanks again. Terry, I love you.
No, great having you again, brother. Always fun having you on the show. Check him out, Woodcraft for EP on X, Woodcraft_SISD on Instagram. And if you want to support him, go to woodcraftforelpaso.com. Really looking forward to the Texas convention. Appreciate you, brother. Rob, second place tonight. What'd you think?
I mean, I've been on a few times now. This is my favorite show. My stomach's hurting from laughing that hard. Great contestants. Ryan is like we all libertarians should stop being weird and act like Ryan, and then we would succeed in elections too. It's not going to happen, but we should. And then Marcus is one of the funniest motherfuckers I've encountered. Just awesome all the way around. Free, you're killing it. Terry, you're killing it. The chat was absolutely hopping. Thank you for tonight. As mentioned, I am running for LNC chair. I'll have a website out next week, but for now you can follow me I'm mostly on Twitter at ProsperCLT 2023, March 27th to 29th in Lake Lure, North Carolina. It's our 50th anniversary convention. Are You Smarter Than a Politician? We'll be live there as our kickoff event.
Awesome. And you can follow him on X at ProsperCLT 2023. And he is running for chair of the Libertarian Party. If you become a delegate, you could vote for him if you so choose. And really looking forward to the North Carolina convention. It's going to be a lot of fun other than the really cold pool part. And I hope nobody wants to do that. But Marcus, the big winner tonight. What do you think, buddy?
I want to thank Rob and Ryan very much because both of them came on my podcast, and I no bullshit, both of you guys, after talking to you, I was like, this gives me hope about the Libertarian Party because we have great people doing great things, saying great things as well. And both you guys are awesome individuals. I want to thank everybody who gave me points tonight. You know, this was, I was looking forward to this a lot. And I swear to God, I was going to lose because Rob and Ryan are just some awesome individuals. And so thank you all. Thank you very much. This week on the Black Powder Podcast, this Thursday, we have Eric Brakey from the great state of New Hampshire coming up, the Free State Project, talking about his book. And I want to shout that out. And don't forget the California, the largest economy, the fourth largest economy in the world, and the largest libertarian caucus in the United States, February 13th, 14th, and 15th. I look forward to hugging Free, hugging Amity. Free can hold her hand when I hug her. You know, that's a shout out to him. Well, I mean, when she sees this magnificent specimen,
Oh my
she's
God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I jest. I jest.
Oh my God.
You know, I'll be there with my significant other as well. But thank you very much for having me on, and let's make this Liberty thing happen. You know, I'm also the chairman of the Libertarian Wu-Tang Clan caucus, and we're gonna start protecting your neck, so to speak, for all the American people. So thank you very much. Please tune in to the Black Powder podcast this Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Let me see if I can say this as a black man. 6 p.m. Pacific. You know, most of the time we want to, but 9 p.m. Eastern this Thursday. Eric Brakey from the Free State Project. Thank you very much for having me on.
You can follow Marcus on X at Black Powder Pod. His show is on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, I think is what he was going for.
Specific time, yeah.
Specific time. And 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. And I love your show, man. I love you guys on that show. That's I never miss it. And if I have to catch the replay, I do it, but I always try to catch it live. And you're doing a ton for local candidates, which I really appreciate. You know, you're finding good people out there and exposing them to, you know, the whole world and raising money for them. You guys do an absolutely great job. So,
Thank you.
You know, shout out to you and Tub and Eric, you know, great friends of mine. Really appreciate all you're doing. Let me pull up Terry here. Terry, what'd you think tonight?
Well, my stomach hurts from laughing, but I will survive. I love these guys. You know, some of my favorites. And the chat was absolutely fantastic tonight and hysterical as always. But they keep me laughing, and that's why I'm here. So
What are we doing Friday, Terry?
what are we doing Friday? Friday, we have a California extravaganza. Lauren Dean, who is the chair of LP California, Mimi Robson, I believe is the way you say it, is the vice chair for LP California, and the one and only Lars Mapstead will be on Friday night, 8 o'clock. Join us here to have some fun. Also, I'm going to try to shout out real quick, if you guys would, if you're not following me, I need help and support for the Oklahoma House Bill 3119, which brings accountability for COVID era medical issues that were caused back to the state of Oklahoma. We have 7 sponsors now between the House of Representatives and the Senate in the state of Oklahoma, and there's going to be a lot going on with that over the next few days. So I have I have a lot more news to put out about that. So thanks for letting me shout that out.
Of course. And yeah, if you're not following Terry, please do so. That cause is extremely important to me and Terry. Leslie Batts is doing an amazing job on that. So follow Leslie as well. You know, all the support we can give you. Tell us what you need from us, Terry. You can follow me at Smarter Game Show on X. She is Bats T76. Our merch is freedomsuperstore.com. The shorts from this will be up on YouTube at Freedom Uncut. Those conventions we mentioned, California, February 13th through 15th, then Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, Texas, and then we finish up with the national convention in Grand Rapids. And we just announced tonight, You Are the Power fundraiser, March 6th, the 3-hour extravaganza, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be me and Spike and a bunch of special guests. It's going to be awesome. Yep. Appreciate our subscribers. You guys are making this happen. I can't say enough thanks to you for doing that. If you want to subscribe to us, do so on X. And you can also sponsor us by emailing studio@freedomuncut.com. Hang out for a second, guys. I will end the stream. Appreciate you all in the chat. You guys made this so much fun. I don't think I've laughed this hard in a while. This was really a great time. Hope you enjoyed it. And once again, thank you to the three guests, three friends of mine, three awesome libertarians. You dropped so much knowledge, and you guys were funny and made this a great time. So
Definitely.
appreciate you all, and anything you ever need from me, let me know. Thanks again to the chat, and we will see you Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern.